everyone, I'm Tara with Love Yoga. I'm here in collaboration with the cancer support community to bring you some practice that helps to generate a little peace within and presence. My connection with cancer was as a caregiver. My husband passed away a few years ago from melanoma. Yoga has been a practice of stability that's helped me find that peace and sense of ease through difficult times, especially when life feels like I can't control anything that's going on around me. Today's practice is going to be one that creates some flow, and that flow that we find on the mat can then be transferred to our life so that we can feel a little bit more of flexibility with whatever's going on. So we'll be doing some grounding postures as well as some that get us onto our feet and create a sense of balance and take a little bit of strength. We're going to be starting seated, so find an easy, comfortable position. Maybe perch the hips up on a pillow or some sort of blanket like I have here so that they're elevated above the knees. Or you could also sit on your knees in hero's pose. Close your eyes and just start to breathe. And if you notice that your breath is feeling a little uneasy, that's completely normal, especially with all of the emotions that come along navigating a cancer journey. Begin to take your hands to your belly and see if you can expand the breath into your hands. As we breathe into the belly, it does alleviate anxiety and it makes us feel more peaceful. From here, keep the right hand on your belly and take the left hand towards your rib cage. See if you can expand the breath from your belly up into your ribs. This conscious control of breath helps bring you into this present moment so that we're not focused on the thoughts and the worries. And to expand the breath a little bit further, take the left hand to your heart. Continue to activate the breath down in your right hand so that it expands into the belly, up into the ribs, and finally into your chest. You'll start to notice here that the breath takes on a wave-like quality. You feel that sense of ease. You may even visualize an ocean wave rising from your belly up into the ribs and finally to the chest where the wave crests. The exhale is like a nice gentle rinse down your spine. Take a few more rounds of breath here, breathing belly, ribs to chest. Seeing if you can link those 3 breath patterns as fluidly as possible. Take one more big breath in. Feel that wave rise, the biggest one yet. Exhale, sigh it all out through your mouth and release any stale energy within. Blink your eyes open. Straighten your right leg and keep the left knee bent. You can move the blanket or anything you have underneath you. On an inhale, square off towards the right leg and inhale the arms up. Exhale, lengthen the spine as you reach forward. We'll inhale, reach up again. And then again, create a little more length and reach forward. One more time, root down to rise. And then exhale, release. And you may bring your hands right here, or you could start to walk them out and just find a comfortable stretch for you, breathing into your hamstring. breath here. On an inhale, walk your fingertips back. Bring them on either side of your hips and then bring your soles of the feet together into a butterfly shape. You can even flap the wings a little bit to create some ease within the hips. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gently release. If this feels a little tight, you could even walk your feet out a little bit and you might get a little deeper into the stretch. Allow your chin to curve inward towards your chest. Take a breath and let it go. We're breathing with an Ujjayi breath now, so it's in through the nose, out through the nose, but you feel a constriction down the back of your throat like you're fogging a mirror. Inhale, lift back up, and then we'll straighten the left leg, keeping the right knee bent. Inhale, lengthen the arms all the way up, reaching tall, and exhale, reach forward. Then we'll lift and lengthen again on the inhale, and exhale. The spine reaches forward and extends. One more time, lift and lengthen, and exhale, release, finding nice hamstring stretch. And just bring some awareness to whether it feels different on this side than the other. Our body does carry subtle imbalances. On an inhale, walk the fingertips back up. And then we're going to take our knees and slide them back behind. Come onto hands and knees in this tabletop shape, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And just take a cat-cow or two. Inhaling, drop the belly, chest shines forward. And exhaling to round the spine. I'm doing this a few more times. Just warming up the body, syncing movement to breath. One more cat-cow. Now take your hands one print forward. Pinkies are going to be around the edge of the mat. We're going to come into a downward facing dog, and this is my favorite way to do so. We want to lift the knees and then drop the head between the shoulders and let the neck go. This is very important because we want the shoulder extension first. Then start to tip the sit bones up. Knees are still bent here. When we have this full extension in the back, then you can start to pedal out the heels. Dropping the right heel down, keeping the left knee bent, and then straightening the left leg and bending the right knee. If you do that a few times, then you start to come into a little bit more ease in the hamstring. And then you may be able to straighten your legs, heels coming a little further down to the mat. Now, if you notice that your back puffs up and your heels are lifting, then just keep the knees bent and aim for that nice extension in the shoulders. From your downward facing dog, walk the feet up towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway and lift. And exhale, release. Now feel your feet rooting down, and as you inhale, lift the arms wide and up, palms join overhead, and exhale, hands to your heart center. On the next inhale, press your palms together. Take the fingers to point, and then inhale all the way up. Exhale, side bend to your right, look under the left arm. Inhale, rise through center, and then exhale to the left. Inhale, rise back up, and then we exhale, take a forward fold. You can release here, grabbing opposite elbows for ragdoll. Bend the knees again, just like we did in down dog, and rest your chest upon them. Let the elbows pull down so that you can really relax your neck, rocking your head side to side. you start to feel a little release in the spine this way. If it feels okay, you may straighten one hamstring and rock over to the right, back to center. Straighten the left hamstring, look over that way, and back. Release the arms down, press into your feet, and inhale, sweep your arms back up to standing. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Now, feel a sense of grounding in your feet. This is going to be really important as we move through some of our standing postures. And before we do so, we're actually going to just shake it out. And this is important. Think of animals shaking things out. The somatic release of the body. We hold so much stress and trauma within, especially when we're navigating a cancer journey. So start by just moving your arms and legs. And then you can make these movements as big as you want. You can even start to kind of jump around, move about, and just let things go. You can just think of getting the stuck energy out of your system. And then you'll start to settle back in. Feet are hip-width distance apart here. Feel the feet pressing down, rooting into the earth. Palms shine forward. We're going to ground into a mountain pose. This is our source of strength here. When we come into our mountain pose, we focus on the feet first and feel them pressing down. Stacking our ankles over the feet, knees above the ankles, hips above the knees. Feeling that lower body turning on, strong, feeling that sense of balance. Inhale the shoulders up, and exhale, release them down the back and feel the shoulders stacking above your hips. And then your head stacks above the shoulders by gently drawing the chin backwards. Feel the core turn on here. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up. And then as we exhale, bring the arms back down. We're going to keep the right foot forward and step the left leg back. From here, you can turn your back foot so it's parallel to the back of your mat. Root down into both feet and then lift up and bring your hands to your hips. Focus on the feet first, just like we did in mountain pose. Really root into the outside edge of this back foot and allow that as leverage to push the front knee so it's directly over your ankle. When you feel the feet rooting down, then let the arms float up. Reach through the fingertips. Gaze can come over the front fingers. Find this warrior two shape. Breathe into it, activating that Ujjayi breath. On an inhale, flip your palm up, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Hand comes to your leg or below the knee, but not on the knee joint. And then inhale, lift back up to your warrior two. Take one more inhale here, feel yourself in your strength, and then exhale, fluidly bring your arms down to frame your foot. Inhale, step the left foot up, pause here in the warrior three position, even out your hips, and bring that back heel towards the back wall as if you're trying to press against it. You could stay here or bring your hands to your heart center. One more breath in this balance pose, and then bring the fingertips down with your left foot. Press down and inhale, reach the arms high and wide, and exhale, flow back down. And from here, we're going to come into warrior two with our left foot forward. I'm going to turn to this side. And the back foot is parallel to the back side of the mat. Again, pressing into the knife edge of that back foot so much that your inner arch lifts up a little bit. Use that leverage. drawing the knee over the ankle. Inhale, float the arms up and let them settle as your gaze comes over the front fingers. Take a few strong, mindful breaths here. Imagine yourself and your strength in this whole cancer journey that you're navigating. On an inhale, reach forward, flip the palm, and exhale, release behind for a side body stretch, reversing this warrior. Inhale, lengthen back out, reach through the fingertips. One more breath here, feeling your strength. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down to frame your foot. Inhale, step up so your standing leg is nice and active. Kick into your right heel, even out the hips to warrior three. Stay here, or perhaps you find some balance. Starting to float your hands up. One more breath. Release your hands and your right foot down. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Hands come to your shins or maybe your thighs. Spine is long all the way through the crown of the head. And exhale, release. Root down, rise to standing arms, sweep overhead. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Drop your arms down by your sides. And then find that same activation we did earlier in Tadasana, which is mountain pose. Feel the feet rooting down. We're gonna start with the right leg as our standing leg. Hands are gonna come to hips. On an inhale, draw the left knee up. Open up the hip, externally rotating. And then this foot can either come here to your calf, or it could come above. Now, if neither seems like a good option, a kickstand is really great too. So choose one of these versions. And we're creating balance here by pressing our leg and foot together. It makes us nice and strong and straight through the midline. When we feel that source of stability below, we can then rise up with the arms and grow the tree branches. Breathe here. When we focus on breath, we create more balance within. When you feel balanced, then try to test that balance, because in life we often get all sorts of things that come our way, and it gives us a little turbulence. So feel that flow and use your core to activate the legs to ground down and then come back into your strength. Lift the chest up, take one more breath here, and then exhale, release your arms and lie back down to the mat. Hands come to hips. Circle. A little bit here, releasing any tension. And then we'll move on to the other side. So using that left leg as the standing leg, root your foot down. Imagine all the roots growing deep down into the earth. Inhale the right knee up and externally rotate open. Find that position here, and it might be the same or different on this side. Whatever works for you, find that tree pose. Press into midline. Use the lower part of the body and those roots to grow nice and tall. Branches come up and wide above the head. Lift the heart. Bring a smile to your face and find a little bit of wobble. If it's hard to do that, then you can actually close your eyes and definitely will start to wobble. Testing your balance. We test the balance on the mat and then we find our strength once again. We realize we can also do that in life when things get a little bit precarious. One more breath in, reach to the fingers and grow tall. And then exhale, release your hands to your heart and your foot down. Nice work, everyone. A few more little hip circles. And we're gonna balance all of this stuff out by coming down onto our backs to finish our practice. As you lower down, keep the feet rooted. Act like you're serving a platter forward. Shine the chest, and then exhale, lower down part way. You can do this a few times, keeping your core nice and strong. And then eventually you'll get down onto your back. Hands down by your sides, stack your knees over your ankles. Press down into your hands, and on an inhale, lift the hips up into a bridge pose. Now, a few options here. You can either inhale the arms up overhead and reach through the fingers. This is a really great shoulder stretch. Or you can allow your arms to come back down, interlace the hands underneath, and walk the shoulders under. As you press down into the shoulders, you lift the hips higher. Feel the inner thighs active, drawing inward. Breathe in and out. Take 2 more breaths in this pose. Then we'll inhale, lift the heels up so you're on your tippy toes. And as you exhale, lower down 1 vertebrae at a time until you release back to your back. Arms come out into a T or a cactus shape. Feet come mat width distance apart. We'll take an inhale at center and then exhale, release the knees to the right, gaze rolls left. And then we inhale to center and release the knees left, gaze rolls right. Inhale to center. From here, draw the knees into your chest, give yourself a big squeeze. Fill up with gratitude for this practice and the time that you've taken today. Connect with your body on the mat. And then exhale, release into a Shavasana. In this resting pose, fully let yourself surrender and just let go. A lot of times this is the hardest part of practice because we want to get up and do what's next. But this is where we absorb the benefits of the practice and we release and relax any tension in the nervous system so that the true healing can take place within the body. I encourage you to stay in this pose as long as possible. When you feel ready, inhale the arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch. Bring your hands behind your head and bring your head over to the left, the hips to the right, and your feet to the left so that you're in a nice side body stretch known as Banana Asana. So it's like a banana with the body. Really breathe into the right side. And then wiggle your way back to center. And then go to the other side. Head is right, hips are left, and feet are right. Breathe into your whole left side, which takes a little more effort than the right because our heart is there, and this lung is a little bit smaller. Inhale, wiggle the way back to center. Bend the knees. Rock on to your right side. And gently use the weight of your palm to press yourself back up. Draw your hands together at your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you all blessings of peace and joy throughout your day. Namaste.